Hi.
Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? Welcome to What
Why?
Because
Because
We
we said
Said
so.
So. Welcome to 2025. We're going to get it right this year.
Maybe.
Anyway, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Sonia.
We thank you all for joining us. Happy 2025. I hope it's going well for you. Oh Lord, we going to talk about somebody's child.
Oh, yeah. This one is a humdinger.
Oh, we going to talk about the cheering today, y'all. Lord, you got to tiptoe when you talk about folks' kids.
I know. Let me tell y'all. Look, you know how they used to put that thing on the show when they said this is fictional and we are not talking about anybody in particular. This is just this was something we found online.
Fine, all
And
right.
so this is what we're gonna talk about.
And if
So
it resembles your child, it's just wait a minute. What is the thing they put on? Any oh God, any resemblance to an actual person?
right. It's purely coincidental.
Purely coincidental.
We didn't mean it.
Easy though, for sure. But if you need help, we can direct you to the right place.
Call 1-800 why because we said so.
Right, right.
Look, along with our other businesses, we're gonna open up a counseling service too.
Girl, no, I do life coaching. Sometimes I'm like, what? You said what? And if you know me, I usually say, what? What are you
Now I'm
saying?
gonna let you have that one.
It's quite interesting, but it's all good. Anyway, go
Okay.
ahead.
I'm gonna read this one. This is a read, y'all, so hold on. Let me put it up. So here we go. This is from Anonymous. I'm a parent of 4, and while I love all my children, I'm having a hard time connecting with my 14-year-old son. He's the youngest, straight A student, but his behavior at home is a different story. He's defiant, has tried to fight me and his father, and consistently disrespects us. To make matters worse, he recently broke his phone and then deliberately dropped my phone in the sink because I wouldn't take him to Verizon. In a moment of frustration, I took my belt off and I beat his.
Bleep.
Yes. I'm struggling to understand why I feel so disconnected from him and wonder if it's common for a parent to feel this way about their child. I really hate him, and I carried him for 9 months. He has an evil demeanor about himself that I can't correct. At school and around his friends, he's just as sweet as he wants to be, but as soon as he gets home, he changes. I cooked spaghetti last week, and he wanted Burger King. This little F with 1, 2, 3, 4 letters and an R at the end went in the kitchen once I finished and poured the entire pot in the trash. His brother jacked him up before I got in between them. That night, while his brother was asleep, he poured a bucket of ice water on him for get back. What does a mom do? It's not right for a mother to hate their child, but once he graduates, I wouldn't care if he ever came back. Thoughts?
I'm on live. I'm on live.
Y'all, that's a lot. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah. Let me tell you, it's something going on in that house.
Mm.
Now, she don't know what's happening, but something's happening in that house. If the first thought would be he's being abused either at school or in the home or whatever. It does not sound like that's the case. Not physically abused. I wouldn't say that that's the case. If he's able to go to school and concentrate enough to get all A's. He's doing his homework, obviously. Um, his teachers don't have any complaints. He has friends, but soon as he walks in the house, something's going on in that home, and she needs to get him some therapy so she can find out what it is. Because there is no way you walk into the house and you don't have a moment of peace with this child, something's going on in the home. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the dad in the home, because she didn't
Yeah,
say
she
that,
said the father is there. She said that he disrespects her and the father.
but that don't mean he's in the home. Maybe he saw too much. Maybe the older kids aren't there as much, and he saw stuff that they didn't see. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't just act like that for no reason. There's no reason he would come in the house and disrespect her like that for no reason. Something is going on for sure. She needs to get him some therapy so that he will be in a safe place to express himself and communicate how he's feeling. He's definitely been somewhere along the line. I don't know if he maybe got sexually assaulted
My
about
child is nuts. Talking about knock him out and you'll have a few hours of peace.
No, the child needs help. He needs real help. Beating him is not gonna help. It's gonna only get worse. Cause see, if he's that angry with her, he's gonna be ready to fight back.
Right. And then it makes you wonder at what point did he start being like this? Because she said he's 14 now. And it's
Right.
like, so when he first started, did you all not try to nip this in the bud? Did you just
Right.
like let it go to the point now where he's 14 and he's doing all of this stuff?
Right.
And it's like, because even you said a father, like, there is a father in the picture. So, like,
Right.
what, like you always think that this like some single parent type stuff. Like people will say, "Oh yeah, this must be a
Yeah.
single parent." But she mentions that the father is.
Is
Like
active.
you said, we didn't. It didn't.
Right. He's at
I would
least
have to read
active.
it again. But I, from the impression when I was reading it, I felt like the father was in the house.
Right. And he could very
But
well be. But we know he's active.
right, we
He's
know
somewhere
he's
in the picture.
there.
Right.
So
You know.
it's just amazing to me. So it's like, at what point did this child start doing this stuff? And at what point did you just like not start to at least try to nip it in the bud to the point where he thought it was okay? Like when he dropped your phone in the water because you wouldn't take him to Verizon. Like, what did you do?
Right. I think, the thing is, the fact that she says, I hate this child, if she doesn't realize that's coming through, he sees it, he feels it, so when she says that, he knows he knows she hates him. I mean, he knows that. They need therapy. She needs to learn how to communicate to him. There's no way, if my child was acting out like that, we sitting down, we talking every day. I'm loving on you. I'm showing you that, look, you know what? I know something's going on, but no, I'm here. I love you, blah, blah, blah. Whatever needs to be said and done, that's your child. You don't want him to hate you. And you're expressing that you hate him, to whether you're anonymous or not, to even write that is a lot. So the fact that you're expressing that to everybody, he can feel that coming from you. Trust me, he feels it. And if he feels like you don't like me, then he's not gonna, and I'm almost sure he's seen something that made him have no respect for her. I mean, that's what I think. I think he's witnessed, because see, that's what is happening with a lot of these young kids, that everybody's like, they're bad, they're this, they don't care. These kids have seen usually the mother, because it's more what's the word I'm looking for? Impactive? Is that a word? It's more
Impactful.
impactful. Impactful. Y'all, I'm trying. Sorry. It's more impactful if it's the mother more so than if it's the father. You know what I'm saying? If a kid see a dad having an affair, they're like, oh man, everybody has this, oh, Papa was a Rolling Stone, ha ha ha. But if Mama's a Rolling Stone, it ain't good Mama being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So serious, that's just facts. I mean, terrible, but it's facts. So if he's seen, not to say but if he's seen her do anything, You know, you see kids and their mother is on drugs and stuff, and especially the boys really act out when they see bad stuff. And so if he see his mother doing something, they lose respect, and then they don't care. They don't care how they treat them. They don't care anything. I think it has a lot to do with that.
You
I
know,
think so.
I really wonder too, how does the father treat her?
Right, true.
Because
Now
you
that,
know,
yeah,
sometimes they take their cues from how. Because I've seen this is, and I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to say what race, because I've seen a certain demographic of people where I've seen where the sons, when they be out, like the sons talk to the mothers like crap, and the fathers be like, you know, they don't say nothing. They just let the kid talk to that mother like that, you know, and they don't discipline them because they talk to the mother like that. Like she's just there to, for whatever purpose she's there. You know, that's how they treat
right,
women. And
right,
so, and I'm wondering if that could be it too. What has the child seen? But apparently the other son doesn't like that because he jacked him up.
right.
Like
I would love to have known what the
of the
ages were
other
of the
son is.
kids. Because if
Yeah.
there's a big
Oh,
gap,
he has
like,
to be older. He is older because
well,
she
he's
did say that.
older, but I'm
Yeah, because the
saying, is
14-year
he
old is the youngest.
right? But is he older as in he's 25? You know,
Oh, I don't think she said that. I
yeah,
don't know
that's what I'm
how.
saying. I would love to know the age difference,
Yeah.
because if the age difference, is he in the home or was he visiting? Oh no, he was home. He lives in the home because he said he
Yeah.
went and did something to him. I don't know. I mean, I just think he's witnessed something that made him dislike his mom, have no respect for her. And based on that, he's treating her accordingly to how he feels she should be
But
treated.
he treats the dad that way. She said he's disrespectful to the dad as well. She said he is
Mhm.
disrespectful to everybody. That's what she said in her
Well,
comment.
I hate to use the age old, they all need therapy, but they all need therapy. They
See,
need
that's the
some.
problem is a lot of people are afraid of therapy. Like, I ain't gonna lie now. My son, he was on here. I don't know if he's still watching, but he know that we tried it. So, you know, I was trying everything back in the day because,
Right,
you know, I just feel like you need to try things. But
right,
you know, like, and you have to, you know, you can't be afraid to try to see
yeah,
what it is that you can do to try to help your son. So, and they do, because you can't go through life just talking about you hate your child. You need to
no,
try therapy. You need to try whatever things you can try. And
yeah,
maybe they did, like, you know, my son, he did right on here, spare the rod, spoil the child. And
right,
sometimes you do, you know, rod don't, him talking, rod don't work on everybody, but it was not spared. But
right.
you know, you know, I don't know. Maybe they didn't discipline him when he was younger. You know, some kids just don't respond the way other kids do. Some
True.
of them, you pop them a couple of times, and they be like, "Who? I'm never gonna be bad again because I don't like that." You
Right,
know, and the other ones, you beat the skin off of them, and they just look at you like, "That's all you got."
right. I agree.
You know, so you got
I,
to try all of these different things on these kids. But I know they can't live like that for the next whatever many years to this child graduate.
honey, you sure can't. Sure can't. And that's the thing. She needs immediate therapy. She has to go get it for the child, for his sake. For his sake, let alone her own and the dad's. You need to find out what is bothering him. Something's bothering him. And it's almost, you never know if he had a babysitter, if the babysitter, they find out a lot now that a lot of little boys especially were molested by their babysitters. Maybe he blames them for that, for not recognizing that I'm being abused over here and nobody is recognizing it. A lot of that stuff happens. Something is happening that's within that household, within the house, because within the house is where he's acting up.
Right. Because
If he was
apparently at
acting up,
school, he's a perfect child.
is all A's?
Yes,
Really?
straight A's.
I mean, I'm like, dang, okay. But then you go home and you are straight, I don't like none of these people, then the problem is here. I mean, the problem is within the home. So she needs to figure out how to get it out of him. And the only way that's going to do that, because he doesn't respect her enough to even give her anything. So in order to do that, then take it to the therapist. Let's find a good therapist. If you're black, find a black therapist. If you're white, probably find a white therapist. Find somebody that can understand your community. Period. You're going to have to find somebody that's going to understand you. So then get in there and figure it out, because the child definitely needs help. It breaks my heart. I mean, I don't look at it as, the kid is so bad or whatever, because there's some bad kids out there for sure, even in a household that they didn't have any problems. But the extreme that this kid is going to,
he's angry. He's very angry about something.
Extremely angry. Extremely. It's not just a matter of this is a bad kid, like, oh, he's just bad. He want to tear this up. He wants to do this, and
because he wouldn't do good at school.
Exactly. If it was just a bad kid, then you just gonna get your butt whooped, sir. And that's just gonna be, I don't care, call the people, call whoever you want to call. I'm stumping a hole in your butt. Another one.
Well, the old folks used to say, I'm gonna stump a mud hole in you.
A mud hole in your hole. That's just how it goes. But this is not that. I see some people that everything is fine. They think it's funny when their kids doing stuff. And I'm like, well, when they grow up, it ain't gonna be funny. People don't normally change their behavior. I look at my daughter. My daughter's always been kind of like bossy. She's always been that way as a newborn. I mean, like literally. She has. She's always, she'll tell you, I have never changed. I've been this way all my life. This is who I've always been, even as a child. That's just her personality. People don't stray too far from their personality from when they were young. You don't want him going out into the world like this. People have these bad kids and they think, it's cute. And I'm like, baby, you're going to be in for a world of trouble. Because it only gets worse in most cases if you can't reel them in. So, I don't know. I think it's very, very sad. I think I'm more sad for the child, because the child obviously has gone through something that no one knows. I'm more sad for him than the parent, than the mom and the dad. I think the mom and the dad needs to wise up, and instead of coming to Facebook and saying, what should I do, to a bunch of strangers, they need to go and get this kid some help. The child needs help. People kill me with this. Oh, he has straight A's. She has straight A's. Who gives a rat's butt? Guess what? He can get C's. Can you act like a decent human being? That's what's important in the end. Because when he's out working, no one cares that he got straight A's in school. He's gonna need it now, though, so he can get a scholarship somewhere. But if
mama ready for him to go.
If he don't get it together now, he's gonna be sitting there torturing her, because she ain't gonna put him out. He gonna be 25 still sitting in that room torturing her.
I just don't understand, because I'm like, you came to Facebook to have this conversation when you got a whole father in the picture. Why are you not having a conversation with this child's father to try to figure out what y'all can do for this child?
They need therapy.
To me, it's so clear. Like, get him some help.
They need therapy. They're talking to the daddy. They both sitting there looking like, I don't know why are you acting like that? Me either. They need therapy. Something happened and nobody's addressing it. Period. Something happened. He's acting out and no one's going to him and say, what happened? Something obviously happened.
She didn't say, was he always like this? Did all of a sudden he start acting like this? Or what?
Look, something happened in that household that made this child dislike them all. He don't like none of them. Something happened. So somebody needs to find out, get to the root of the problem. And the only way they're gonna be able to do that is to go to a therapist. That's the only way, because he's not gonna tell them anything anymore, because he doesn't even trust them. He don't even like them. So I know he ain't gonna trust them to tell them nothing, because it's been too long of a time now. You ain't asked me in the beginning. And now all of a sudden here at the end, and kids act out in order for you to find out what's going on. A lot of kids, you would talk to kids that have been molested and raped and stuff, and they say, I started acting up, and my parents never came to me and asked me what was wrong. They just took it. Find out what's wrong, what changed. Something changed in you that made you start acting like this. What was it? I guarantee you they never asked that question. I guarantee you. I don't know. It's sad.
It really is.
It is. People need to really, really get themselves together. And then when they don't, it affects the kids. Your household is in disarray, and you're on Facebook talking about what y'all think I should do. It doesn't even make sense. It's really sad. It breaks my heart when you see these kids, and like I said, I'm not talking about the typical little bad kid that's throwing stuff, breaking windows, running around the house like, oh, I'm going to throw this phone through the window. Ha, ha, ha. I'm not talking about them. They're a different kind of bad. They the bad. I'm getting ready to hurt you with this belt. I ain't talking about those, but I'm talking about the kid that literally something's going on mentally. Something is going on mentally. It's sad.
I'm just glad that the child didn't fight her back when she say she whooped him. She said she had.
But it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Oh, for sure it's coming. Because nobody's dealing with the
didn't hurt him. Because let me tell you, because I remember trying to whoop my child, and I was like, this hurt me more than it hurt him, so it ain't even no sense in trying to whoop him. And that's probably what it was with that child.
I ain't never whooped my kid and thought it hurt me more. I'm trying to, woo, baby. When I beat you, it ain't hurt me at all. You done pissed me all the way off, and I'm getting ready to beat you senseless.
When I was the one tired and woed out, I knew, not wore out, woed out. I knew it was time to stop. This ain't helping.
Right. Right. No, you have to. I am a person, a firm believer that you have to put some fear into your children. I am not I was not a soft parent. I knew that I had to prepare them for this world, and the world was not going to be soft. And I wasn't either. So if I had to, as they say, yoke you up or whatever they call, I remember one time my son bucked up on me. Boy, who you bucking up on? He was 16. I remember we were Rocky, Jazz, all of them, their friends was all in the car. We were ready to leave. And I said something to him. Me and him was the last two in the house, getting ready to go in the garage to get in the car. And I said something, and girl, he bucked up. I went and grabbed the broom because he was taller than me. And I was like, oh, he lost his whole mind. I grabbed that broom and beat him. Girl, please. And wait a minute, all the way to the car.
Rocky probably like, girl, what are you doing?
He knew something had happened. We got in the car. Everybody was quiet. Then all the kids bust out laughing. Man, that happened to me. My mama did that to me before. I'm like, yeah, you don't buck up on me. Trust me. You got the wrong parent. You think you're going to be bucking up on me. But so I'm a firm believer in fear. Something happened that this kid has no respect. I don't care what I did. My kids always have respect for me. This kid has no respect for them.
Exactly.
Something happened in that house. Something happened.
It was so funny because when we were growing up, it was total opposite. Like my son, whatever he did it out in the street. When he came home, it was a total different child.
Of course. So. Look, Ryan said, Mom, I remember the first time I did something and you looked at me like in so total disappointment. He said, that broke my heart. Yeah. Because you know better, So it's how you interact with your kids. It's not even a matter of how, people say, well, these kids raised. I don't care how you raise a kid. If they're going to do something, they're going to do something. People have their own mind. It's how you interact with them. We're going to have an honest relationship. We're going to talk. I might not like what you say, but I'm going to respect it and we're going to have a conversation on it, you know, but we will respect you in the conversation. I might not respect
Exactly.
it, but we're going to have a conversation, you know, but people nowadays, it's like, well, you can't upset them. Oh, you can't do that and make them feel bad. I don't care how they feel. Just like the world isn't going to care how they feel. No one cares how you feel, sir. The thing is, we got to get you together because the world is you're going out into the world and it's not going to care. And if he goes out, I don't think he's going to go out in the world and act like that, but he will go back and say, during this time, I don't have a relationship with my family. He'll leave and never come back.
Yeah.
There's people that say, I ain't seen my kid in 10 years. I'm like, well, where do they live? Overseas? They live in the same state.
Right.
That's
That's
terrible.
crazy. So
But
some
it's a
of our
lot of people.
comments was that he could also have some kind of chemical imbalance or psychological issues that have nothing to do with the parents. So both parents and son need therapy. And he may have
But the
always
physical,
acted out and they never chastised him when he was younger. And now his has gotten out of hand and they don't know what to do. But
yeah.
everybody agree that they all need therapy.
Yeah, I don't think a chemical imbalance. I mean, that wouldn't work just when you got home. I mean, like, does it work like that? I don't have it. I mean, I don't
I
know.
don't know how they work.
I mean, I can't imagine him walking in the house, and if so, y'all need to start praying and throwing holy oil because as soon as he walk in the door, he started acting crazy. Something wrong with the whole house, the whole mortar. Like,
You silly. I
yeah,
don't
because
know.
if he walk in the house and that's how he acting, he look fix it. I mean, come on, y'all can pray anything out.
And I wanted to just answer Brenda because she asked, did we ask the mom to watch the podcast and it may help her? We don't know who she is because she posted
No,
it anonymously.
right,
Otherwise, we could have invited her. So, but
yeah.
thank you for the questions. So Jamie, just go ahead and give us your 30 seconds.
Well, my thing is, you know what? Be very mindful with your children. Be mindful of the ones that's just bad out of, I'm just going to be one of those rambunctious kids. And be mindful when your kid personality changes. When your kid personality changes, usually there's something going on. And you need, as the parent, needs to recognize that and have a conversation. I'm sure if they sit him down and say something's wrong, what's going on, and in the beginning, I think it's probably too late now, but in the beginning he probably would have shared that with them, but because they didn't, now it's gotten out of control. So therapy is the only way they're going to get their house back in order.
Yeah, and I agree. We don't really know the root cause because he just could have been a spoiled child and that they never disciplined because he was the youngest. And it
Mhm.
could be some big age. By the time you get to the fourth one or something like that, the youngest, you tired. They get away with way more. So
Yeah,
I mean, we don't really know. But whatever the issue is, they need to fix it and they need to
right,
seek therapy because if not, you know even though he's doing good in school, as he gets older and that attitude does, may translate somewhere in his adult life, he's not
right,
going to get away with that in the street. And somebody's going to, really get him a
right,
rude awakening. So I hope that they have gotten assistance. We don't know how long this post has actually been out there because, again, the
yeah,
person did post it anonymously, but it would be nice if we could find some of these people that we do see their posts. But most of these people, when they post stuff like this,
right,
they do post it anonymously because they don't want any of their
right,
family members to possibly see it. So,
yeah,
but
exactly.
as always, we do, hope that they do get some type of
Yeah.
help. And we do thank them for being able to have our subjects for why because we said so. So thank you and keep posting.
Look, there's so many stories out there, girl. I'll be tired reading sometimes. I'm like, Lord
Right, because it's
mercy.
so much.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
And we
People are
do
going
thank you
through.
all for joining us and
We do.
participating. We love your comments. And,
Yes.
we do have the ability to bring some of you on as
Yeah.
we're live. So if anybody ever wants to come on with us live and just kind of share some thoughts, please feel free to let us know. You put it in the comments. And if you want to come on live and share your comments, we can do that as well.
Yeah. Well, that is the end of the show for today. I'm so glad we're back. Yay, us. We will see y'all next Wednesday. We always do Wednesday. Sometime we may have to veer off, but usually it's Wednesday. And we 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. for Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm so proud
You
of
got
myself.
it.
Pat me on the back. Pat me on the back. I did it.
Great job. Great job.
Love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Why?